Hail brothers and sisters, my name is Captain Meatshield, and welcome back to Satisfactory. So, where are we going from here? Well, the MAM did all of its research, and I was running around and found another crash site. That was actually just on the other side of all of our copper processing. Surprisingly close, really, which was quite strange. So we had 5 hard drives to go and throw into the MAM. So what we got out of that was an alternate recipe for getting iron ingots, which requires iron and copper ore. I'm not entirely sure on if I'm going to make any use of that, but I got the alt recipe anyway. The main reason I'm not sure if I'm going to end up using it is because, like, the copper nodes are far less frequent than iron. Like, you'll find iron in abundance, even if it's an impure node or something, but copper is a little more sparse. So, I don't know, we may use that at some point, we'll see. I also researched the fabric so we can make parachutes, but we've got the jetpack, so we don't really need to, but we'll probably do the milestone anyway, just so it's done and dusted. Then we got an alternate recipe for steel ingots, so we can make them out of... Oh no, I only need iron ore and coal. I think it's an alternate recipe where you make them out of iron ingots and coal, as opposed to iron ore and coal. So there's a bit more of a process before it, but the output is going to be greater, so we may go with that. There's an alternate for the heavy modular frame. I can't remember what the difference was. An alternate for the rotor. Alternate for the circuit board. And then there was the Caterium electronics, which is what we unlocked for researching the quick wire. And that gives us smart splitters, AI limiters, supercomputers, and high-speed connectors. Now, the supercomputers are one that we do need to chuck into the MAM, so we'll have to, once we got production set up for those, we've got a little bit more research we need to do there. But what I want to finally get around to doing is chucking all of the stuff in for the monorail tech, because I want to start looking towards upgrading or updating things to build around trains. And I want to at least be able to build a train station so that I can get an idea of what the scale of things is going to be. So, boom, do it. Send it.
Milestone reached. A new set of buildings and vehicles needed for long-range transportation has been made available. In addition to built-in power conduction, rails-based transit ensures increased efficiency and reliability for both the transport of pioneers and cargo.
Well, that does sound fun. So obviously that all comes down under vehicles. So we can now build the locomotives, freight cars, trains, freight platforms, empty platforms, and the railways themselves. So we need a lot of steel. And then we got motors and computers that we need to go about getting. So what I'm likely to do is just kind of pilfer them out of the box that I've got sitting in front of the... well, the computers at the very least, and the heavy modular frames. I'm just going to pilfer from here. I also need to go and grab some concrete so we can start building some of this stuff. So let's do that and head over to a new location. Head over to somewhere where we're going to build something new. So here we go. We're going to set up a new outpost over here with the 6 iron nodes that I was talking about and pointing out in the last video. I think I could do with a lookout tower. That would make things very handy for right now. And you know what? I can't even be bothered to climb up the ladder. I'm just going to do it this way. Yeah! Oh, it's good fun. Right, let's have a look at this train station. Because, yeah, it's fucking... I'm forgetting steel pipes, you bugger. I always forget something, don't I? I haven't even got space for them. Need a bacon. Why have I got sulfur on me? I don't need sulfur. I'm going to dump that over this way. Okay, now I can build the train station. So, I don't quite... Which way does it need to go? Okay, I think I've got it. Right, it needs to go this way. So, if I put it... say, there? Ooh... Game don't freeze. I think I broke it. Oh no. Oh god, there it goes. Right, sweet. Maybe panic for a moment. Right, there we go. Skrevdisi, our brand new train station. I couldn't ask for a better train station. No, certainly not a better train station name. Okay, so train station timetable, awesome. I think we'll just leave the default name for the time being. We'll switch around that in good time. Oh. What? Why am I pinging? I do not want to ping. Oh, what's going on here? How do I change this again? I feel like something's broken. There we go, fixed it. Right, I can also make the locomotive, which I think just looks fantastic. I really like the style on this thing. Looks badass. I love the way the rails, like, and the, like, everything works around that. It just looks awesome. But yeah, we need to... I mean, I don't necessarily need to figure things out just at this moment, but I kind of want to... I wanted to set this up so that I could figure out how tall this building is going to be, because it's bloody monstrous. Oh god, am I able to fall through? Yeah, I can fall through that. Okay, that's great. Okay, up and over. Yeah, I want to find out how many meters high this thing is, so let's get some foundations out. It's a very big building. I mean, I don't quite understand why it needs to be so big, but... Okay, so it's 24 meters up. It is pretty big, but... that should be fine. So, we're going to be building... our kind of... first layer of production this far up. So it's going to get a little bit daft, I reckon. But you know what, I think it's going to be rather good. You know, the game is encouraging verticality, this is certainly encouraging that. I've got to figure out what I want to build here. I'm thinking I might move all of the basic modular frame production out this way. So I'm going to dump down some... Right, we got smelter. I'm going to chunk down a foundry just in case I haven't done the actual recipes for things just yet, have I? But we'll get a couple of constructors down, stick down an assembler, or two, just so that we can like look at recipes. I'm going to go and find all the materials that I need for getting the milestones done, so that we can just send off everything, and we can look at all the alternate recipes. We can decide which way we want to go about building things. Because I don't feel like I'm going to use all of those recipes, but I don't know. We'll see as we get stuff unlocked. Okay, I've got a good chunk of the alternate recipes all sorted out, so as a base, obviously we can just go with smelters, making iron ingots, so we'd get 30 a minute for doing things with that. If we were to use a foundry, we could use iron and copper. Oh, it actually only needs 15 of each. Ooh. But again, is bringing in enough copper to match the 6 nodes of iron that we've got around here? Because, I mean, how much copper have we got surrounding us? It didn't ping anything up on here. Do that again. Do it again. Oh, there we go. Right, so there's one up there, one that we're already working with, and one over by the lake near Coal 1. Coal 1. It's Coal 1, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. What's the node over here like? Because, I mean, I'm quite content to just run with the iron nodes that we've got. I don't know if I feel the need to add copper into the mix. I'm quite content to just keep the copper separate, but I know that it can be more efficient. Let's climb up this, see if it's up here. Is it up here? It is not up here. Oh, I bet that's it. Alright, let's see what it's like. Ooh. Okay, it's a normal node. I mean, that's not dreadful, but it is just the one, I think. I don't think there's another deposit around here. Is there? No, it's just you. And that one over there, and then... Oh, there's one up over that way as well. I mean, this is the thing, there is more of it than I expected, but it's still nowhere near as frequent as the iron, and it's going to involve a bit more wiggling around to go and get it. So what I'm thinking of doing is say, fuck it to that alternate recipe. We'll just go with a shitload of overclocked miners and a fuck ton of smelters. And that suits me just fine. So then we've got iron plate as usual. We've got the alternate recipe for screws, so we don't need the iron rods, which is just fantastic. But then we're going to need, obviously, reinforced iron plate. There is an alternate recipe for that instead of using screws, we'll use wire, which could be quite handy, but we haven't got the alternate recipe for that yet. I haven't been able to find it. Or I have found it and not chosen it for whatever daft reason. Then we got the modular frame alternate recipe, so we'll have to replace the... what is it that goes into that normally? Rods, isn't it? Iron rods. Yeah. So we'd have 12 reinforced plate per minute and 24 rods per minute to give an output of 4 modular frames per minute. Or 12 reinforced plate, 12 steel pipe for 6 modular frames per minute. So I think we know which one we're going to go with. There's no other alternate recipes that we're going to be making use of here, so get rid of you. Are there any more for the constructor that I need to worry about? I don't think so. But it does mean we need to worry about providing some steel. I will have to think on that. For now, what we could do would be... we could just go with the standard modular frame build. Because that way we wouldn't have to bring in any other imports. We could just work exclusively off the iron that we have here. So that might work best. Just for now. Like, once we've got a little bit more infrastructure set up with maybe some more trains, we might have a bit more luck with doing some other stuff with that. For now, I think we'll just stick with the setup that we know. So that means we are going to need a constructor for rods, but it's not going to be too bad. But we'll leave it at that, and I will start setting things up. I need to go and grab some cable so I can make some more miners, and presumably a lot of other stuff as well. So let's go and get all the stuff I don't have. Right, now I want to try and make sure I get as balanced a setup with this as possible. So I want to know how much of everything I need. So this is going to take a little bit of working out, I think. Of all the times you need to find a fucking pen and you can just never find one. What have I done with my pens? Where are they? I'm lost. Right, found one that works. Fantastic. Why does my head struggle with this shit so much? Like, it's just the slight disparity between the numbers because it's not quite exact. I'm gonna have to fucking wing it, I think, because I can't work these numbers out for some reason. My brain is just not in it. I'll leave those up so that I know what I need to make. I'm gonna have to run all these numbers off camera, I think, to figure out exactly what I need. But we're gonna be overclocking every single one of these. But we're gonna try and future-proof the build so that we've got room to expand once we get Mark III miners, which is going to be a fair ways off. But at the moment, I think I need a shitload more concrete, so I can expand this further out. I think one of my concerns is that as I build this structure up, he's just going to fly right through the middle. He's flying pretty low when he's over this area. It could be mildly concerning. I'm just going to expand this out as far as I bloody well can. I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time off camera just running back and forth to finish building this thing out, I think. Mostly because I have no idea on what the scale of this thing is going to be yet. All I know is it's going to be fucking huge. I'll probably get some floor above some of these miners. Not all of them. We'll try and build it out as much as we can anyway. Alright, well that's a nice big starting platform, at the very least. We can certainly expand further, and we likely will. I'm going to have to run the numbers to figure out how much we're going to be able to produce here, just on the current numbers, obviously. I'm going to want to try and make it, design things so that they can be expandable once we upgrade the miners, because the Mark IIIs are going to be pulling stuff out of the ground twice as fast as the Mark IIs, if I remember right. So you've got the Mark Is, which are essentially a 100% standard speed. The Mark IIs are twice as fast as the Mark Is, and I think the Mark IIIs are meant to be twice as fast as the Mark IIs. Oh, hello truck. How's it going? Have a nice time. Ooh, flat flaps coming over again. Yeah, you are really going to be crashing into things, aren't you? But I'll have to figure out all of the kind of intricate little bits and bobs of what we're going to need between episodes. I think it's one of those things. I always find it a bit difficult to kind of sit down and focus on that stuff on camera because I feel like I'm just wasting time, so my brain won't process anything. So I'll go off camera, I'll work out what the numbers are going to be, and we will come back and start setting things up proper next week. But for now, I'm going to wrap this video up here and just say thank you all so much for watching. I'll leave us admiring our first train station and our first train. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, check out the playlist on the channel for more Let's Plays and metal covers, and give this video a like or a comment, just leave your thoughts. And if you wish to join the ever-growing ranks of the Order of the Shield, subscribe on YouTube, chuck me a follow over on Twitch, or maybe even consider checking out my Patreon and becoming an officer within the ranks. But thank you again for watching this video, and I will catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off. It looks like we gotta go down. I'm gonna box. I'm not afraid to yeet it.